annual representation of our school accountability meeting, Quality School Council, that was held on January 8, 2015. At our meeting, we discussed SBB, student-based budgeting. SBB is the way Jeffco's schools' budgeting processes will work for the 2015-16 school year. There are many benefits to SBB. Ideally, the monies come to the school, and the school leader, with input from parents, students, and staff, can look at the priorities of the school to make sound decisions so that we can achieve the student achievement goals that we have set in our Unified Improvement Plan. At our school, we started our work with SBB, focusing on the priorities we have within our school community. Our staff participated in a survey at the end of November. There were some elements that came out of this survey of priorities for me to consider as I build our SBB plan. Our staff would like us to find ways to pay for and support the current programs we have that help us focus on student achievement. We are missing our extra administrative support this year, and so our staff would like to try to find a way to build that support back in for students. Our participation the last few years with the Strategic Compensation Grant has helped us learn much about improving teachers' practice to improve student performance. We would like to find ways to continue to offer those supports in our building, but we understand that we probably won't be able to have the money to do so. We've been dabbling with supports during 0 and 8 periods for students, and we would like to find ways to continue to expand that for more students to have opportunities for additional electives or extra supports that they need to grow academically. It's natural to want to compare how we do budgets in schools currently to how we will next year. But because the money is falling to the school in a little bit different manner than it has in the past, it is difficult to compare the two ways of budgeting. Our focus on student achievement will remain, and our focus on diverting all money to support us in helping students achieve will remain the same. The plan I'm working on will be submitted by the end of January. Achievement directors review the plan with principals and make changes in the details of the plan. We will learn about our finalized plan in March, and then once the one-day count happens next October, monies will be added or subtracted to our plan based on the final number. Right now, we budget based on projections. How do schools determine how much money they receive? First of all, there's a per pupil factor for each level. It's called the base. Added to this is transitional assistance that some schools will receive and building factors that other schools will receive. All of these monies are added up to create the school budget allocation for next year. We are projecting 420 students. The base factor for middle levels is $3,710 per student. At-risk monies are determined by free lunch students. This year, and for projection purposes, we will use 171 students on free lunch as our projection. That adds extra money to our base funding. Each level has a minimum amount of money needed for that level of school to operate. Because we are a small middle school, our base funding is higher than what it would be if you added the two previous numbers together. There are items in contract language that must be followed. These rules create positions in a school that will continue. SBB is not intended to be used to reduce positions or people in a school. Rather, it's a way for us to be able to more effectively use our money. An item we must pay for that is different than this year is substitute teacher pay. We must have money put into an account to pay for all subs for all of our teachers. From the budgeted money listed previously, the amount of about $25,000 will be put into a substitute fund so that we have money to pay for subs when teachers are absent. Each position in a school costs a different amount of money. These aren't real salaries that people in the school are paid, but average salaries that all schools at a particular level will pay for each position. In addition to the salary and the sick leave that we will pay for next year, we also have to ensure that we budget for everything else we need at our school. Copies, materials, technology, everything must be included in our plan. We will be using the same fee structure next year for all of our classes that we used this year. As an example, if a student takes a visual arts class, there is a fee that is assigned to that class. That fee pays for the materials that the student would use during the class. Free and reduced lunch students don't pay fees. So one thing we must keep track of in our SBB plan is to ensure that we have money set aside to replace these shortages so that we can continue to offer our electives program. An example is given here to help you understand the kind of thinking we must do at this time to make sure we have no shortfalls next year. The plan I submit at the end of January will be similar to what we have this year at our school. We will be converting positions to dollar amounts and adding everything up in an attempt to keep within our budgeting amount. Listed are questions that were asked at our meeting on January 8th and the answers that I gave to those questions. If you have other questions about SBB, please email me, or you can also call me at 303-982-0528. I will keep coming back to this presentation and adding the new questions I get about SBB and their answers. The question you ask is probably a question someone else has, so please don't be bashful about speaking up. Thank you for listening and for participating in our virtual accountability meeting. Have a great day.